Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Cobblemon adventures. It is I, Xilestar, and today we're going to be continuing onward with where we left off, which I don't remember exactly what it was. I am clicking all the wrong buttons. There we go. We were probably trying to find either another... I don't know. We were probably trying to find another ruined portal that wasn't as badly kept as the other one that we found beforehand. And I was probably trying to heal my Pokemon, but yeah, that never actually happened. Alright, so last time we I don't remember what we were talking about though last time. But I do want to say that I have been working a lot behind the scenes. And sometime this week, which is in, I think, the second week of June. Is it the second week of June? Hold on. Oh, right. For some odd reason, my second monitor does not like to show me the time. Despite the fact that it is visible right there. It's weird that monitor 1 has the time, but monitor 2 can't have it. I don't know where it would be in here. Can I just look at the date? Okay. Oh no, we're in week 3. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, we are in week 3. I am a fool. We are in week 3. My bad. Can you go down faster so I can go to sleep? What is that? I was primate. Okay. If only this didn't need to charge nearly as much as it does. There you go. Yay! There we go. There we go. Alright. So, in case I was talking about it beforehand, but I completely forgot that I was talking about it, I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, specifically for the channel. In particular, I've just been mostly just working on getting my Oblivion stuff finished, which has taken a lot of my time out of other projects, pretty much. More importantly, I have... It's weird to say this out loud because, like, each and every time I think that I want to go do it, something else comes up that takes me out of the mood to do it, which is kind of funny because it's like, I made the series specifically because I want to do it, and then it's like, I've done some videos on it, and then it's like, yeah, by the way, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore nearly as much. It's like, it's so easy for me to get out of the mood to go and do it. Because what I'm talking about is that, like, for the Oblivion script videos, I always have like the energy to do it one day, and then something happens that makes me go, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, that energy just got lost. Like, that energy was there, and then it was just vanished. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah. But that's what I mean though. Like, every time I try to go, like, you know what, I'm gonna do two more script videos for Oblivion. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna get done. And then by the time I sit down to go and do it, I don't feel like doing it anymore. And then I say, you know what? Tomorrow will be different. And then tomorrow, same thing happens. And then the next day, same thing happens. And then it's at the second half of the week where it's like the other half of the week where I have no time to do any recording. That's usually when I do my editing and stuff like that, or my video smallify kind of thing. And I have no time to do that kind of thing. So, like, what do you want me to do kind of thing, right? Like, I have no time to do anything anymore, and it gets kind of sad whenever I'm trying to, do my best in order to kind of keep up to the same schedule as I've been doing, and then all of a sudden, I can't do it anymore. I have no time for that anymore. Also, this will be a little bit of a spoiler, but to be fair, you should be seeing it next week, I think. It's like at the end of the month, I know that for a fact. But you should be seeing it relatively soon. So it's not going to be too much of a spoiler, but it's just going to be more of a, hey, if you read the fact kind of thing, and the fact tells you that it's not concrete yet, but it's going to happen. Spoilers, it has happened already. So, early on, I think it was this year. I think it was in February or March, I think. Yeah, I think it was in March. I decided... Actually, I can check. I can check right now. As much as I don't want to keep doing stuff like this, it's going to be easier for me to remember. I think, yeah, March 2nd. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, on March 2nd, I actually buckled down and started recording some Tiny Tina's Wonderland. And I gotta say, I am happy. Like, I was so happy. Like, I was so happy that I got to see it. Like, I got to play it. And I got to a decent chunk of the story. And I was waiting until, we started, where the videos would start uploading kind of thing, where I was going to go continue to play it. So don't worry, I'm going to be updating the fact about all this situation. But this series is going to be on an indefinite hiatus until something happens. So one of two things will happen, or one of two things has to happen before the series will continue. One is that I finish building Monolith. I have been holding it off for so long now, but I feel like I'm going to update my whole entire audio setup before I finish Monolith. But once Monolith is finished, I will probably continue the series. The reason why I want to wait until Monolith is finished is because one of the gross things that Take-Two, I think, has changed for their terms of service, for their software, or for their game, where it needs to install something kernel level. Now, I know there are some games that do have kernel level anti-cheats kind of thing, and they're well respected kind of thing for the reason for doing that. Where like they're online competitive games, right? So you want to have that level of protection kind of thing, right? To stop the cheaters before they go too far into the ladder kind of thing, right? Well, the thing is that for Take-Two, it should be... I don't know if they have any games like that. The only game I can think of that has a kernel level anti-cheat, I think, is Valorant. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. But I think it's Valorant. That's a weird place for a Pokemon. In that game, I completely understand it could be an esport titles, that kind of thing. So it makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it is an esport. I don't watch esports. But if it is an esport title, I understand why it is. Why it is one. But again, like, I understand why it has to have that kernel level anti-cheat is because it can be that sort of title, right? So it makes sense. But in the case of Tiny Tina's Wonderland or Borderlands 1, 2, 3, or even the pre-sequel, it doesn't make any sense. So right now, I have to put my series on hold. It's not because I'm not doing anything nefarious with anything on my computer. But I could have, let's say, a browser extension. I could have an ad blocker on my browser extension, and they could be like, whoa, this is a bannable offense. And it's like, it's just an ad blocker. It's like, yeah, but you could block our ads with it, right? Like, and it's like, okay. And it's like, yeah, but you can't play our single player game you paid money for. It's like you paid money to be able to play. It's like, you're joking. Like, I paid my hard-earned money to be able to play your game, and you're going to refuse me just because of why? Because I don't want advertisers to know what I like. Like, does that make sense? And I know, like, the reason why I know this is because I read an article about Borderlands 2, I think, being free on Steam for a short amount of time. But it was also funny because that's when they changed, like, where they also said, like, oh, by the way, they changed their EULA to have this. It's like such a, like, it's like they tried to dig it underneath the whole, like, sort of, like, the article kind of thing. And I'm like, wait, what? And I went, okay, like, I don't play Borderlands 2 anymore. And this just means that until they change their EULA, I might not be playing it for the channel. Who knows? And then and then before I even did anything, I researched this last week. I went, okay, before I do anything with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, does it also have this same thing? I thought it might have only applied to Borderlands 2 because they turned it free. They also changed it for Tiny Tina's Wonderland. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to put the series on indefinite hiatus. And would you look at that? The uninstall button's there. So yeah, so I don't even have it installed anymore. And it won't be installed until something changes. So I'm sorry if anybody was really interested in that series. You're only getting, 22 videos, I think? Yeah. And I still have to replay one area, I think, of the game because something glitched on the video recording. Or it looked like it was glitched on OBS. So when I tried to see what happened on that and go back in, it skipped, or it's like the dialogue was sort of like muted. So it was kind of weird. So it was really, really funny. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't understand the logic in this. Like, the logic in that, though. Like, let's go and hurt our fan base kind of thing. It's like, why? And also, this actually will probably affect the channel in some way, too. I don't know yet. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know how I want to word it, but I'm just gonna say what comes to mind, pretty much. And if it comes out as whatever it is, I apologize for it. So back in, I think it was, when did the trailer come out? Because that's probably when I made the decision that I was gonna go get it. And then a friend of mine was saying like, "Oh, you're dumb for getting it." Like that's such a stupid like investment kind of thing. And I'm like, it's my money. Let me do what I want with it, right? But the funny part is that now, with all the stuff that is happening in recently kind of thing, I feel like I am glad I didn't go through with it, but I might just wait till the end result. So first of all, anytime I buy something, so if I buy a game for the channel, by the way, that's a personal expense. That's not like a business expense. So I can't get like a tax write-off or whatever somebody says you can do with it. I don't get that. I don't. Could I apply for that? I could probably try, but to be honest, anytime I buy something for the channel, like a new microphone or whatever, what have you kind of thing, right? Like if I buy, let's say, a new microphone, I can use that for not just the business, but I can use that for personal stuff too. My job microphone's a bit of a weird thing to say about that, but again, same thing. Like if I buy Tiny Tina's Wonderland for the channel, can I use that outside of the channel? Of course. Of course. That's how I look at it, right? I look at it as a personal expense as well. It's the same thing with Scarlet and Violet. Did Scarlet and Violet, did I say it was only, did I buy it only for the channel? No, I was a huge Pokemon fan. I wanted to buy Scarlet and Violet. Should I have written it off as a business expense? I should have. But again, I only did it because not only was I a big Pokemon fan at the time, but I was also wanting to play the new games. So, like, you know, it fit two different peas in the pod kind of thing. Like, it fit too many of the right spots, pretty much. So there was no point in me going anywhere else but that, pretty much. So it made a lot of sense for me to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go buy it for myself. So recently, the Switch 2 was released. And it got very bad reception, which was kind of awkward, which was kind of weird for me. Because back in... when did I get mine? And then there was a bunch of things where people were like, okay, when are we getting like an upgraded model? I think I got my original Switch, which I don't have anymore. I think I got my original Switch, which I think started the channel. No, I didn't use that to start the channel. I used my newer one with the improved battery thing or whatever. I used that one for the channel. But I think for my old one, for that one in particular, I used... oh, this is moss. I figured it was moss. But that one I got in, I think it was 2019. It was like shortly after Let's Go came out. I think it was like a few weeks after Let's Go came out. Or like a week or two or something like that. And I love the Switch. I didn't like the Joy-Cons. I did use the Joy-Con slide controller thing. For one of the games that I got, it was like... if you played Hyrule Warriors, it's something like that, but it was like a different one. I don't want to say the series out loud because I might want to play it for the channel, and I don't want to like spoil it that I want to do it. But yeah, like I was having a lot of fun with that series, and the first game, because I got the sequel, but I got the sequel in like the deluxe like box edition. I still have the box. I don't have the cartridge anymore. I gave it to a friend because I was like, hey, I got it digitally, so here you want the game. And I know that's a very silly thing, though, but like, hey, it's a game that I'm going to be playing, and I have a digital version of it. I don't need a physical copy. So, who cares, right? So I have the digital copy, and I was just having a lot of fun with it. I beat the game. I beat the game on, I think, 3 different difficulties, and then I think I was trying to work on the 4th difficulty, and then I just got bored with the game. But yes, I think that was 2019, and that was when I realized that I did not like the Joy-Cons at all. For Pokemon Let's Go, it was fine, because that was the only controller I had for that. It did not take the Pro Controller at all, which was very silly, in my opinion. And not to mention, though, that those games were actually kind of easy anyway, so... yeah. Okay, so here's a better ruined portal. Because it's more out in the open. It's not halfway in the mountain. So that's good. But yeah, I was... yeah, so in 2019, I got my first Nintendo Switch. I know it was released in 2017, but there was no way for me to get it in 2017. Like, there was no way for me to have gotten it, so the only time I could have gotten it was in 2019. And even then, I don't think there was any main series Pokemon games that came out on the Nintendo Switch at around that point. So there was no reason for me to even get a Switch at that time. So me getting it at 2019 felt... I almost said 2017. But for me getting it at 2019 felt reasonable, because I was able to quite literally do what I wanted. There we go. Got a ruined portal over there. Gonna go to the village, though. Ditto! I don't have any Pokeballs, though. If only you could, like, sell items, though. Why can't there be, like, a villager that buys items and gives you, like, the things you need? That would be pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, like, that's the only thing I can really say, though, is that, like, I won't be getting a Switch 2. If anything, I will wait until Legends EA is around the corner, and then I will buy it. But I will buy it under protest, if that makes sense. So, okay. So, I won't be buying it for personal reasons, because I probably don't even want to Switch 2 at all. Hands down. Despite the fact that I really wanted a better version of the Nintendo Switch, I probably won't even enjoy the Switch 2. However, I will admit that I was one of the few people that were online at the time that asked for something that was like the Switch 2. Something that was, like, way better than what we were having. Oh, I can find an Arcanine? Bro, it's level 53. Let's go. That's free XP. Close. But, what's our? Okay. But yeah, like, I'll probably wait until the last possible second, get Legends EA kind of thing. The only reason why is because, okay, I know I shouldn't say this out loud, because, like, it's, I don't know what they did with the Switch 2. Exactly, I don't agree with it. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I don't want to give Nintendo any more of my money. I don't mind buying ZA. Like, I don't mind going to, like, a store, getting the physical copy, and then playing it. I don't mind doing that. That's not the issue here. The issue is that I don't want to continually support the company until something changes. Because obviously, whatever they did with the Switch 2, it just feels like a disgusting mess that they feel like that I feel like they just didn't care about the fans at all. They just said, hey, look at the money we can possibly get with this. And that's what I feel like. And not only that, their interactions with Pal World over this weird thing that they have kind of thing, it's just disgusting. Like, instead of making it a friendly competition, like, oh, Pal World's affecting the market in a way we never did. Is Pal World on Nintendo Switch? No, it isn't. It's affecting the other consoles that are out and about. It's on I think it's on PS4 or PS5 or whatever. It's on Xbox. It's on PC. It's on Linux, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you can play it on Linux. I know the Steam Deck you can, but for the Steam Deck, you have to have like certain modifications to the settings in order for you to have a decent experience with it. And I'm pretty sure Mac can probably play it too, but nowhere in there does it say like, oh, it's also on the Nintendo Switch. No. What's Pokemon on? Nintendo Switch. So obviously it's affecting the market that Nintendo has not affected at all. But yet they want to stick their nose in somebody else's business and go, yeah, it infringes on our copyright. Okay, but you're not tapping into the market where you should. That's the problem here. They're affecting the market in a way that you're not using. You're not sending stuff to PC. You're not sending stuff to PS4. You're not sending it to anywhere else but your own console. And you're complaining because nobody wants to play your console or nobody wants to play your games because they can spend half the money. I remember because I think I spent half of what I actually spent for the original Pokemon game. Not including DLC, but like the Pokemon games themselves. And I got about the same level of experience, if not better, because it's like a survival game as well as a monster catcher game kind of thing. So it makes a lot of sense. Nope. It's too much like Pokemon. Like, what part of Pal World feels like it is the same? Can I grab current locale? No. Okay, well, I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call it current locale for now. And I'm going to go back to the Raft Lab. Perfect. You know what? I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to go delete the Raft Lab one. Oops. I'm going to delete the Raft Lab one. And I'm going to go put a different one here. Raft Lab. We'll keep it with the blue. Keep it with the blue theme. Yeah. That way that we're actually actually going to be on solid ground. Cool. There we go. Perfect. But again, like, I don't understand what they're doing with that. Like, they're destroying their own name and brand over what? Because Pal Worlds can potentially break their brand kind of thing, or can damage their brand. You're damaging your brand by going after something that's not even partially affecting your brand. It's like one of those things where like the only thing that's harmful to you is you. I want coal. Technically, I want charcoal, but yeah, I think coal would be better. Okay. There we go. But again, like I don't understand the logic that they have for that. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like if you support this kind of thing, it's like you don't like us at all. It's like, of course not. Why would I care? And then you have some people that are trying to defend like big Nintendo because, you know, they want Nintendo to do very well. I want Nintendo to succeed. Like, you know, like I want them to be able to, you know, continue doing Pokemon games though. Like I want to do all that stuff. Like I feel like, you know, they do a good job at trying to show off like what they can do kind of thing. But since Scarlet and Violet, no. Like since Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, no. Like I feel like that they sort of lost my interest in them doing it. In them making Pokemon games. Like you lost me. You guys don't know what you're doing anymore. Or at least you guys make it look like you guys don't know what you're doing anymore, and yet like we are still trying to figure out what you guys are doing, right? I love the Raft Lab. I like what I did with it though. It looks awesome. Would you believe me if I actually told you though that I did all of this without actually like looking up how anybody else built their base? I took my raft idea and I kind of just went, you know what, let's go and improve it. I came up with this. I still like the log idea though. Like I still like this idea. And I like how like with the log kind of thing, like it kind of destroyed like the land a little bit. So that's why like you got Podzol here. I love the idea. But anyway, back on topic. But yeah, like I don't understand what they're doing kind of thing. And it's the same thing with Take-Two. Like I don't know what you're doing. You're damaging like your brand in a way that makes fans not want to support you anymore. You know what a lot of the Steam reviews are? They're like, I don't want to play it. I don't want to play Borderlands anymore until this changes. I wouldn't be surprised if there's nobody playing any of the Borderlands games. I want to find that out. I'll go with Borderlands 3. We'll see if... We'll see if there's a... Oh, that is actually very interesting. It is still peaking. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's even, like, keeping up with it, though. Oh, I like how it got a curve down, then it's going back up again. Oh, it curved up yesterday. That's actually kind of interesting. Does that mean they changed the UI? Does that mean, like, I've just been ranting on it for no reason? I've just been talking about something that's like they've already fixed it. I'm now actually kind of curious. Did they actually patch it, or is it just like people are just playing it just because they want to? Okay, so it's still the same thing because somebody just posted. I like how a lot of the new comment ones are like, yeah, I play the game. It feels like it's like they're botted. It feels like they're botted. Are you kidding me? Oh. Wait. I might have already agreed to the EULA. It says it was updated February 28th. How did I not know this? Oh, well, if I already agreed to the EULA and I haven't lost the ability to play the game, then I might as well just continue playing it then. There's no mention of kernel, though. No, there's no mention of it, though. Was that just inferred by, like, the language of it? No, that's weird. The EULA doesn't say anything. Or at least it doesn't say anything here. I'm not seeing anything here. That's interesting. Okay, let's just search up collect, maybe. Let's see if this actually... Of user data exploit system vulnerabilities or government content. It just looks like it's just to cover their thing. Okay. So instead of putting it attached to the EULA, they attached it to the privacy. Can I look at that from Steam or no? Is the EULA? Can I look at the privacy policy? Nope. Well, to be fair, I technically already signed for it. If not, then that's kind of weird because the EULA says that it's enforced. Or what was it? Last updated February 28th of this year. And my first video of Tiny Tina's Wonderland is March 2nd, 2 days after the EULA got updated. So either I've already signed it and they don't care about what I'm doing, or B, they haven't gotten around to me yet. Oh, funny story. I haven't even gone through the second session of videos. I haven't gone through the second session of videos. Okay, so that's another, we'll say, so that's 8. So, yeah, that would be 20 episodes. That sounds about right. 20 videos? Yeah, that sounds about right. So 20 videos of Tiny Tina's Wonderland that can potentially go down the drain. But I haven't tried since the session, so I don't know if, like, they have looked at my thing and found that out. So they're like, oh, hey, I can have a bannable thing now. Because if you're collecting information from, let's say, thousands upon thousands of Borderlands people, right? Like they're not going to keep track of every one of them, right? Or they're not going to be able to look at all of them all at once. No. Where is a Pokemart? I know they're all over the place though, but I'm trying to see like if there's one close by to here though. A lot of Pokemon centers though, like Pokemon Center, Pokemon Center, Pokemon Center, Pokemon Center. Like there's 4 Pokemon centers here. There's 2 Pokemarts like close by to each other. That's kind of interesting. I think if I do the thing, yeah, I'm kind of done with the whole Nintendo Switch 2 and all that stuff. If I do the whole like everybody has their own dimension thing for the Cobblemon thing, I am not going to keep the sparse structures thing. I feel like it's better if I just complain like, oh, there's a Pokemon Center here, there's a Pokemon Center here, there's a Pokemon Center here. I think it's just easier if I just complain about that than just me going like, oh yeah, let's download a mod that just make it harder to find things. Because all the structures that I want to find, I can't find them. I find the other structures that I don't want to find, like the Pokemon Centers. I think it was the same thing with Pixelmon as well. Pixelmon, I kept finding like a bunch of wild Pokemon Centers. It's like, okay, when am I gonna find something that's that I want? Hey, look, there's a chest on the outside. Hey, yo, that's pretty cool. What's in here then? It's fine, I guess. So the Pokemart should be up here, yeah. I didn't actually know it was here. Okay. No, you don't have Pokeballs. You do. Isn't it? Yeah, so it is space. Okay. So I think that should be fine. I don't think there's anything... I don't think I need more Pokeballs than just like 4 stacks of 64 kind of thing. Should be fine. Anyway, let's go to our current locale is. There we go. Can I find Charcadet, please? Okay, like how is it supposed to spawn here? Like I don't understand. Like how does it spawn at the ruined portal? Like I don't understand how that works. Do I need to like flatten it out though? But see, if I flatten it out though, doesn't it just not count as a ruined portal because I would have to destroy all of this? That's why I kind of like how Pixelmon did it, where it's like certain blocks, like all the natural blocks, decides to allow you to spawn in the Pokemon. Because then you can kind of work around it, though. The only thing is that, like, I kind of wish that they were biome dependent. Where if you have grass in a desert, that's not normal. So it shouldn't spawn on the grass, but yet it spawns on the grass. I don't care if it's a natural block, though. It's not a natural to the desert. And if you see grass in the desert, there's something wrong with you. Cool wizard tower, man. Large warped tower. Cool. Here's the door. Opens the door, finds a bunch of enemies. Nope. What's happened in there again? Do I even have any weapons? I mean, I can use a golden axe. Better than having no weapon, I guess. Oh no. Alright. Okay, well, I can't do anything about that. Bye! Let's go, Staraptor. I also need a new mouse as well. This mouse has been with me since I think I first got my laptop, which was about 5 years ago. Actually, 6 years ago. Yeah, it would be 6 years now. So, yeah, I think it's about time I get a new mouse. It's definitely showing its weakness, if you will, because every time I try to hold down a button, it doesn't really work. Don't you love Java Edition, where it just slowly starts rendering things? And I know there's a bunch of mods that allow you to like better render the area though. You know what's really good though? They're not a part of my like they don't work with my graphics card. Since I have a oh, I have it hidden because I got the better F3, yeah. So like since mine's an AMD graphics card, doesn't really work. Although I'm really excited with what I want to do for Monolith, though. I really want to experiment with it. And I shouldn't, because of how I want to do it, where I think I know the original plan back in 2020, which is when I first started the channel. Well, technically it was in June, I think I started recording everything, and that's when I made the first channel, or when I made the channel introduction. I think it was either June or July of that year. But the idea was that at first Monochrome, which is the computer I'm currently on right now, playing all the games pretty much that are PC driven or PC-esque. Even how you're able to see me play Nintendo Switch stuff, that's also because of Monochrome. It was supposed to be like, it was the first computer I built, but it was also supposed to be like the computer that I was supposed to introduce stuff with. And it was also supposed to be like where I would edit videos, because I only had one monitor at the time. So it was going to be where I was going to edit videos. And then Cube was actually supposed to be the new gaming PC, where I got a temporary graphics card for it, because I at least just wanted it to not be a giant paperweight, where it had all the pieces but the graphics card. So I wanted it to at least have a graphics card so I can at least, you know, use it for some things. And then I use it primarily now just for media. Watching YouTube, watching Netflix or whatever kind of deal. That's all I use it for now. Unless it's like this, where I use it specifically for servers. But yeah, like I use it for other stuff as well. And that's all I use Cube now. But Cube was meant to be the new gaming PC, and then that sort of got off the rails. So pretty much what the new system is going to be, or what the new system is going to entail, is that for temporary reasons, I'm going to have Monolith be the new gaming PC, because it should be. It might not be for all games. It might just be for some of them. The reason why I say not all of them is because of the fact that, like, Monolith, or at least the case for Monolith, is not great for cooling. So we can test around with, like, Pal World and stuff like that, or games where I can literally hear my fans ramp up on this PC. But for other games like this, it should be fine. Should be fine. I don't think there would be too much of an issue. But yeah, like, I feel like for right now, this PC is fine. And then once I get the big bad PC at some point next year or the year after kind of thing, or whenever that happens kind of thing, I will definitely devote more time onto that one, because then that will replace what Cube is as well as Monochrome. Yeah, so they will be going bye-bye. And then Monolith will just be like my personal gaming PC kind of thing. And then the new PC, which I have dubbed it very interestingly. It's weird though, because, like, I've seen a lot of people when they build something, they go like, they call it something like very simple kind of thing, like gaming destroyer, gamer destroyers, or so, like something like that. Meanwhile, I come up with weird names like Monolith because the case itself is a vertical case. It's vertical. So, like, you know, like the name fits like what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, that's the only thing I can think of, right? Like, I was like, what do I name it? And I'm like, Monolith. And then what was originally going to be the new PC was going to be something that was like Cube, but it's more built, or not say more built. That's not exactly true. It's more designed for, like, a server kind of thing. But the thing is that, like, it's a big case. It's a big case. And you can have it with wheels. And the cool part about it is, like, you can put, like, a really huge motherboard that looks like it can fit in a server kind of thing. And the chassis literally looks like it's a server. And that's what it was like, it's there for. And I was like, that's the case I want. And then it kept going out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. And I just went, you know what? No, I don't care anymore. Then I think I went with the same brand, but I went with a different thing. And I was like, oh, this would be pretty cool. And then a lot of the comments were like, it's designed like a mini fridge. And I'm like, I don't have the room for that. So then I'm like, you know what? I want to go for something smaller. And then I found their smaller cases, and I'm like, these look really cool. So I wanted to go for those. But each and every time I look at them, I feel like they're misleading. Because a lot of them will say, oh yeah, this can fit this size motherboard. But yet, anytime you look up a video on YouTube, when somebody builds a PC in them, they go with a smaller motherboard. And it looks like it's just enough to fit in the case. Like one of their cases will say it can fit an ATX motherboard. A person will put, like, an ITX, or I think there's a mini or ATX. I might be wrong. Like a motherboard in there, and it looks like it just fits. And it's like, so how are you gonna fit an ATX in there? Like, I don't understand. But anyway, I really like their bigger case, and then it's like the other one that does a mini fridge. And I'm like, I don't have the room for that. I literally don't. I was just happy enough to get like a small little like a movable shelf that I have monolith or not monolith monochrome in right now, and I was just happy to have that just so that with like both monochrome is now off the floor, which is amazing because I don't like my computers on the floor. I want them to be on a higher, well, not higher ground, but I want them to be higher up, so that though they're not just collecting dust from the ground kind of thing. But not only that though, I also don't get to accidentally like trip or kick them kind of thing. Especially when you're half asleep and you're trying to walk to like the washroom or something like that, and all of a sudden you kick it and you're like, oh man, what did I dislodge now? Kind of thing. I've had a few times in which that I had to reseat my graphics card, at least for monochrome, at least at first, because I was having a lot of audio issues, and a lot of the troubleshooting steps would work for one time only, and then they would never work. And I even contacted AMD for it, and I'm like, hey, my graphics card is not working. They go, did you try this? And I go, yeah, it worked once, and then it never worked again. They go, did you try this? It's like, yeah, it worked once, then it never worked again. Then I'm like, yeah. And then there was a bunch of talk that was like, oh yeah, it's just the graphics card you have. And I'm like, that's not very helpful. The only reason why I got it was because it was thick. Like, literally, that's the only reason why I got it. Is like, just, like, the reason why I grabbed this version instead of any of the other ones was because it had thick in the name. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's a meme, right? So I went with that one. Worst mistake of my life. Or at least for graphics card picks. At least for that one. The other one, I want to try it. I have a feeling it might not work for a lot of my games, though. It does have a lot of compatibility issues, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Hey, you. Sacred Sword. Oh yeah, it switched into blade form, okay. Ow. Alright. Wait, can't I fly on Aegis Slash? No. I think you can in Pixelmon. I think you can. I don't know. But yeah, so what I'm going to do from now on is I was going to do... it's going to be really weird. It's going to be really funky, but I think it might work out to the best for both parties pretty much. But it mostly depends on how well my computers will be able to handle it. So if you don't know how I record my Nintendo Switch stuff, I have an Elgato that is a PCIe slot. So pretty much I've already tested this. I think I feel like I have. Ow. I feel like I have tested it. I just don't remember how, like, I just don't remember if I actually, like, how far I went with it. Because I feel like I have, but I just can't, like, quite put my finger on it kind of situation. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I totally did it. And then I'm like, I don't remember the results 100%. It's kind of where I am, where I'm at. Something in there. Like, I remember I did it. I just don't remember, like, what the end result was 100%. But I think from what I can remember off the top of my head was that I can actually record a computer screen on my Elgato and it will actually work. So what I want to do, if anything, is that I want to do a series. We'll test it out with a small game or something like that. Or maybe I'll test it out with a Pokemon fan game. We'll do a small Pokemon fan game. And we'll see how the reception for that was. If it was all right, then it'll be fine. And then we'll try and work around having something more intensive, like more action focused. Because I know, like Pokemon is not very action intensive. Like if I were to show something like on Call of Duty or something like that, like you'd be able to tell me like, oh yeah, that looks horrible. Don't do that, right? But like for something like as chill as like Minecraft or even as like Pokemon kind of thing, you'll be like, this is fine for that. But the idea is that like for Monolith, it will connect to the Elgato, and then we will have the recording pass through Elgato, so they'll like, because the original idea I had, at least when I was going to merge Cube and Monochrome together, was find a way to have both of them connect to the same drive. To the same hard drive within the computer, because they're both going to be under the same case. So I was going through a lot of the dual computer like cases kind of thing, and there's only a few that I really liked. And I was looking through them and I was like, you know what? This one looks really good. This one looks really good. This one looks really good. So I was like, okay, but both of them have to have access to at least one drive, which will be where the video footage goes. And the reason why both of them have to have access to it is because the gaming one needs to be able to send the footage there. And the editing one needs to be able to take the footage out to be able to edit the footage. There's no point in splitting the drive into two, so though that can do it, right? So I was like, okay, so how am I going to get this to work, right? And now I actually have my answer. Just don't do it. Just have a HDMI going from one PC to the other, having the editing PC do the recording, and then have the gaming PC game. But you're seeing it from an HDMI point. So now the question that I have is, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it, because I have more than two monitors. I accidentally bought like a different set of monitors than these ones. They were the same price. The only difference was that instead of these ones going to be at a better like speed kind of thing, like the other ones go up to like 60 hertz, I think, or whatever. These ones go up to 100. I know, very fast, right? Or very good, but like for like a decent price point kind of thing. And you know, for a modern monitor, then like one that I've had for 15, 16 years or whatever that I found out of when it was created or when it was first like released kind of thing. It's like, you know, these are only rated like 2 years ago or three years now. I think it was 2 years when I got them, but I think it's like 3 years now or something like that. So, you know, more modern, like, you know what I mean? Like Like, it was a steal for like for the same price, but like different ones. And then when I ordered them, or when I ordered the other two, I realized they were the wrong ones. They were the ones I didn't want. So when I try to get a refund for it, they're like, oh, sorry, it's too late. It's like, they haven't even been shipped yet. They go, yeah, they have been shipped, but our system is very slow. Like, oh my god. So I got pretty much 4 monitors. They didn't even give me a refund because technically I did get the monitors. I don't think they gave me a refund. I found a better product that was way better for my personal use. Which are these ones. And these ones are at 100 hertz, by the way. I had to, I changed them. Which is also kind of funny, though, because each and every time I play a game, especially something that's really odd, though, because I've never had this experience with Oblivion, and I think it might be because of these monitors, though, but since these are at 100 hertz, I've been seeing I've been seeing Oblivion staying at 100 frames for the most part. The only time it ever dips is when something's wrong with the game, or when you do something wrong. So I recently went through an entire texture reformatting thing where I've been changing how the folder structure works, kind of thing. Want to know what happened, though? When I wanted to see what changes happened, the entire PC lagged. It has no textures to load. It's trying to find a texture that's not there. So it's trying to load something that doesn't exist, and it's lagging. And I'm like, how are you lagging? Like, this doesn't make any sense. You're not loading anything. You're trying to load something. But yeah, I think I changed so many different I changed like so many things in the folder structure. I missed I don't want to say missed because now I did it. But like, I didn't do 3 that I shouldn't have done in the first place, but I chose to do them anyway because I wanted to. And like I went from like 100 frames to, I think it was like 30 or like 4. There was like 30 to 50, I think, depending on where you were looking. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, that's a huge jump. And I was so surprised. And then when I started slowly fixing it over and over again, the frames started to come back. And it's like, it needs a texture to load, and you get frames. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to me. If it's missing a texture, it should give you frames, not the other way around. But it's also probably like, if you have a higher resolution texture, it's probably going to lag your game anyway. And I still have to do the channel anniversary. I might have already mentioned this before, but it's not going to be the one that I had planned. And that's because of the same reason why there's no more Oblivion script videos that are new that are being made. And unfortunately for that, I still don't have an answer as to like why that's the case. I've mentioned this beforehand, and I'm going to mention this again. And don't take this out of line or out of context kind of thing. Just understand where I'm coming from this. I'm just one person. And my ideas, I feel like, in my perspective, they're way too big for just one person to do all on their own. So I take my time doing them. It's always so weird because when I do a change on my Oblivion mod, it takes me about, I feel like it's going to take me days. It takes me hours. I completely changed how the textures are formatted into my mod, so they're as close to the vanilla game as much as possible. I thought it was going to take me days to do. It took me hours. I'm not even joking. It literally took me hours. I was like so surprised. I was like, is it going to take me like, a week or something like that. Even just me doing like the big changes, like I was gonna do a cell a day kind of thing. There's like 5 or 6 things I have to do. You know how long it took me? Took me like 3 days to kind of do him. I don't think the game likes me today. Alright, hang on. I'm going to go pause the recording and I'm going to be right back. Alright, so let's see if this will actually fix it. There you go. Flamethrower. Oh, that's weird. There's no audio. Funky. Is there any more Gimmigool chests? But yeah, so I'm going to have to delay what I really wanted to do for a different special. As unfortunate as it is, it's actually how it's going to have to be. Because, well, again, it's not the fact that I don't have the time, it's that I underestimate how much time it actually takes to do it. But this is like, at bare minimum, it's going to take like, I think it's like 16 hours. Something like that. Hold on, let me go see. Is it 16 hours? It's 16 or something like that. It's like some kind of arbitrary number. I've already talked about it too, but like I definitely remember looking it up on camera. I definitely remember, well, not on camera, but I remember talking about it on camera, and I remember telling the time how long it's going to take for it. Nope. Oh, sorry. It's not 16. It's 46 hours. It's going to take 46 hours for me to just go through the basic thing. That's 2 full days. That's a lot. And not only that, that's just me doing like very simple things. So the very simple explanation is that I was going to do a reading session of me reading through the playthrough of Nehrim that I did. So you get like the updated sort of like the microphone and the upgraded PC and all that other sort of stuff. Like you get all the upgrades kind of thing. And you get to see it in a book form kind of thing. And it was supposed to be really cool and really fun and quirky kind of thing. And I thought it was a really cool idea and I really wanted to do it. So I think I started working on it in 2023 and then I stopped. And then I think near the end of 2023, I picked it back up and then I stopped again. And then since then, I haven't picked it back up again. Mainly because I think around in 2023, I had the whole thing in July, which is already in the fact, and I've talked about it many times. It was about my health and all that stuff, so I didn't want to do anything. And the doctor told me to take it easy for at least take it easy for a little bit, and I took that literally. It was meant to be a week, and then I was supposed to come back, and then it turned out to be, then it got extended to be 2 weeks instead of 1, then it got extended to a month, and then I said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm gonna, come back anyway. And then after a month, I literally did come back. But that's what happened, pretty much. So it's not like I haven't started already. I have started it. I have started the work for it. But the thing is that, like, for me to be able to go through that, to writing the book, even to get, like, the rough draft, okay, I have to sit and listen to the raw footage. By the way, there was, like, very little editing that happened early on. There was no, like, audio bump, like, which is right now. There's nothing like that right now. There's nothing like that during that time. So literally, I'm hearing the bad audio quality that I had then. And the only thing that was bad about it was the fact that, like, my microphone was quiet for no reason. And the game audio was either, like, too loud that it tried to surpass my audio or my microphone quality. So it's like... So it's like you can hear me in the game fight for, like, for you to listen, right? So it's like that's all you can hear is, like, me trying to be loud so I can overpower the game and all that stuff. At least at the beginning. I think I fixed it later on. But again, that kind of thing was there at the very beginning. And the reason why I never noticed, I think, at the beginning is because I don't want to say I never paid attention. I didn't look back on the footage then. The only time I looked back on the footage was when it was about time for the channel to start. That I started editing, and then I started realizing, uh-oh, this happened. And then I corrected it. But I've already had hours and hours of footage. So I used it. So I think it was probably by, like, session 4 or 5 or something like that that I realized it, probably. Then I adjusted the audio on my own time, and then I was like, okay, this is good. Then obviously, we were good. But yeah, so, like, pretty much, like, the whole thing was supposed to be, like, me sitting down in a chair doing that, and if I was actually a decent editor, what I would have done was have, like, the video representation as a faded in the background kind of thing. So, like, you would see, like, my character moving around, showing these beautiful sights kind of thing. I'm not that good of an editor. I don't even know how to do that, first of all. And the amount of effort I would have to do for that, I don't feel like is worth for my channel being in this small. Maybe in the future it will happen. Maybe when I'm bigger, kind of thing. But, like, I think for now, it's like, it's not worth it. But I do feel like that would be a really cool idea, though. At least the book part sounds like it's a really cool idea. So it's like, people can read about it. And I gotta take a look at the series as well, because I don't remember what the weapon at the end looks like, though, but I kind of do want that. That could be, like, after you read the book and you close the book or whatever. It will, it will give you the sword, and then you'll be like, oh my god, I got the sword that's in the story. Like, it came out of nowhere. I think it was, like, the strongest sword in the game. Yeah, I think it was, like, the strongest sword in the game. We got it very early than we should have, but the only reason why is because we had we had the Dark King's armor in there. But the only reason why I did that, and the reason why I'm not doing it for Enderall, is because for Nehrim, I've already played it before. I didn't finish. Like, if I would have finished it on my own time, then I would have done it the same as I'm doing with Enderall. I just would have been, like, a little bit more, like, oh, I know what I'm doing kind of thing. For Enderall, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm basing all my knowledge on Skyrim. That's how it is. That's why I'm like, oh, fire should be able to ramp up so much damage, is because that's how fire damage works in Skyrim. Fire damage is that enemies that are on fire take extra fire damage. Like, that makes sense. So for Enderall, I'm trying to translate that over there. Even if it doesn't work for Enderall, though, in my mind, it's working. But for Nehrim, I already played it in a weird way, but I still did play it, though. So there's a different version you can find on the Nexus that allows you to play it using Oblivion. It makes Nehrim count as a separate mod that you can start at any point. It's sort of like how, if you've ever played more Oblivion, it's like that. Except for I find that either Nehrim itself is either unstable because it kept crashing, which I am keeping a crash log because that will be at the end of the actual playthrough. I will be keeping a crash log. And the only reason why I know that, how many times it crashed, is because I never cut out the black screens at first. I cut them out later on. And I think all throughout, I think maybe Oblivion I did. I cut them all out. But see, I find that, like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way that, like, some mods are. Is that for my mod, if I were to have only just my mod installed, no crashes, no nothing. Even with, like, a tiny list of mods, my game doesn't crash. My game doesn't crash at all, which is weird. Because you'll get that one mod that should make your game crash. My computers don't crash. Which is really weird. There's only one game in which, or one mod in which that no matter what you did, even if you were playing just the base game, it will crash at one moment. And even if you clean out the mod with TS4 Edit and anything else, it will still crash your game. I don't remember the mod's name. I remember watching a video and somebody crashing, and I'm like, my PC is probably way better than yours. I could probably go past that point. I got to the same point. Game crashed. Then I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, maybe it's just because, like, you know, I have a lot of mods. Because I had, I think, Knights of the Nine Revelation, and I think a bunch of other ones, like, installed and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, let me go take those off and let me see. So I played with just my mod when it was only just an ESP, still crashed. So I'm like, okay, I'll take off my mod then. I take off my mod, go to the same point, crash. So I can't play the mod. I even tried going God mode and just going to that same spot, crash. Like, I tried pure vanilla, crash. I think I tried with no DLCs, only whichever ones were not recommended, but were required, still crash. So I was done. And it seems like it wasn't just like my computer that had the issue, or it's like a common issue between like me and that one YouTuber that I watched kind of thing. It was common throughout everybody else. Like, nobody could finish it. And there was another mod that I had that I don't know what happened, but I could never progress beyond like the first hour of it. But yet it was on everybody's like high to play charts kind of thing. Like, everybody's like, oh, you gotta play this mod, it's really good. And it's like, okay. And then I Go to the death point. And guess what happened? I tried playing it, and I think I got decently far without cleaning it. And then I think when I tried to go back, the game glitched, and I didn't know what to do. So I think I tried everything I could, and I couldn't do anything. I had to backtrack to an older save, which crashed the game, and then it refused to function the same way it did the first time I played it, which was very interesting, even though I had, I think, one less mod at that time. So it's like that mod made it more stable. I don't know what it was. So I was like, okay, this is getting very strange. So then I cleaned the mod out with TS4 Edit. I don't even know if it did anything, but typically if you use TS4 Edit quick clean thing, typically it makes more mods stable because it gets rid of all the edits that don't need to be there, and it gets rid of all the bad stuff that your code might have or whatever, or the bad stuff that your mod has or whatever. It doesn't matter. Pretty much what a lot of it does is it makes the mods more stable. It didn't. If anything, I still get stuck at the same point, so I was really confused. So I couldn't progress any further. And before anybody says, yes, I do still play Oblivion mods. I play it on my own time. I'm still looking at the Nexus. Still looking at it. Still looking at new mods. Any new mods that are recommended kind of thing, or even new mods that are just like, hey, I want to see you play this one. It's like, be my guest. It'll be added to a list. I already have a really long list of mods. I would love to show the list off, but I feel like that's just spoiling future content that I want to do, so I don't want to do that either, but like I can show you the list. Actually, I can tell you how many quest mods I have saved and ready to go for future playthroughs. Let me go to my file viewer here. Let's go and do that. Modifications, Oblivion. Why is that there? All right. Oh, this one doesn't tell you how many files are in here. Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, this one doesn't tell you how many files are in one folder. Surprisingly. I'm going to tell you right now how many mods I have. I always think that I have too many of them. I have 88 quest mods. Am I going to be playing them all? No, because I think I still have some of the ones that never really worked. And other ones are just too small, or they're still a work in progress. And I don't mind playing a mod that is a work in progress. That's not the point. The point is that when your mod is a work in progress and it's very like not playable in a way kind of thing, it's not worth me playing. Like if I were to play the two mods that I just mentioned that I've had issues with, I don't think we would even get past like the first session. Like we would be on, I think one of them we'd be able to get to like maybe the start of the second session, and then I'd be done playing it. Because I can definitely tell you this, I almost wanted to quit Nehrum. I almost wanted to. I wanted to quit Nehrum because I kept hating how many times it kept crashing. At first, I wanted to play Nehrum a lot. You know what's really funny though? I still want to play Enderal. Enderal has not crashed once, and I still want to play it. We are past episode 100, and we have not got past Act 1. That's the shocking thing. We have not passed Act 1 because I want to do as many of the side quests as much as possible until we get to the point where we might as well continue the main story. But I feel like we already are past the point of no return kind of thing, but like, But like, you know, like I want to go through with this, right? I want to make sure that I have a fun experience. I want to make sure though that like I can say without a doubt that like I'm having a great end roll experience. Right now, there's very little documentation on the game, on any of the things that there are, which is very surprising because I don't know how long the game has been out for. I feel like it's been out a lot longer than the Steam page is, but like there's very little wiki information about it, and it's like, how is that possible? Like, how is it that like I can't look up a blueprint for an armor so I know what I need to be able to craft said armor? Why is that so difficult? Meanwhile, the official wiki page doesn't even tell you that there are blueprints. The only thing it tells you is that there is a book that allows you to store the blueprints that you've collected. That's cool. But why can't I figure out what this blueprint for this shield is and what I need to be able to craft said shield? I think that would be great to know. Like, I feel like the wiki has like too many missing information though, but it's like, but this is from the devs though. That's the weird part. Like, this wiki is run, I don't want to say it's run by the devs though, but it's like, it's a part of their original like thing, right? So it's like, it's weird. It's like the Bethesda forums. It's like saying that the Bethesda forums has a wiki for Oblivion, but yet it doesn't have all the information from Oblivion. It's like, how does that make sense? Like, you literally made the game, so why is there missing information here? It's like you're trying to look up a weapon and how to get it, and it's like, yeah, this is a weapon. This is what it does. Where do you get it? We don't know. How do you not know? Even if you add a spoiler tag to it, like, it makes more sense to have that and then just saying, we don't know where to get it. It's like, you made the game. You placed it into the world, or you attach it to it as a quest reward, or attach it to a script that gives it to you. You should know where it is. We don't know where it is. Or the fact that like it has like armor sets, or it allows you to look at some pieces of an armor, but not all of it. It's like saying like, oh yeah, you can look at a Daedric shield and a Daedric cuirass, but you can't look at the Daedric boots. Then what's the point of putting that information down then? That was the point of you putting pictures up then. It might as well just say, oh yeah, the Daedric armor, and it just looks like a normal Daedric armor. It's like, thank you for telling me what Daedric armor looks like. It looks like Daedric armor. Or something else. I was like, what? Like, I'm so confused. Okay, I'm starting to think that Charticadet does not spawn in the overworld at there. Either that, or it's in the modern Pixelmon version and not the one I'm currently using. Because obviously it's not here. I know it's a rare spawn though, but like still, like I feel like I should have seen it at least at some point. So, oh yeah, so going back to at least a little bit more on topic for like Minecraft stuff. I have not been working on the data pack at all. I've mostly just been working on the Oblivion mod. More than anything, I've just been working on it, trying to get it in a more finished, I want to say finished state, That's not exactly true to the extent that I want to that I mean. So pretty much what I mean is that like the mod, like I want to put the mod in more of a, it's at a 1.0 stage. Like if I were to release it, I could be very confident in what I have put up, kind of like what I've put together, kind of thing. And no, it's not going up. I can't do it because not only do I use DLC assets, I literally use almost all of the orrery, so can't really put that up. But I also use Shivering Isles and the Vile Lair DLC as well. So it's like I'm using DLC assets, so I can't actually release it anymore, even if I wanted to. But yeah. All right, so yeah, so like I've been working on that stuff like behind the scenes. The mod is mostly done. I feel like it's about like 0.95 version kind of thing, so it's like it's close to a full release, but yeah, I'm giving it until the end of June. Once the end of June kind of rolls around the corner kind of thing, because we're getting pretty close. We're about halfway through June. I will halt all production. If anything, I'll do the finishing touches on what I'm doing, because if I'm in the middle of something, I know I'm gonna forget how to finish. Like I know I'm gonna forget how to finish it, so I'm gonna go finish what I'm doing, kind of thing. So like if I'm working on, let's say, a script kind of thing, I'm gonna finish the script, and then once the script is finished and ready to go, kind of thing, that's when I will be finished with that, and I'll start working back onto the data pack. Or at the very least, I'll be working on Sancturia again, because I have not been working on that at all. And yeah, so that's going to be it for now. Next time, hopefully, we will be able to go and do more stuff. I don't know. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time for some more Cobblemon adventures.